That's why both houses of Congress already have substitute bills. The House, the House approved the so-called LP version of the BBL, which is something that kaya nga they were accused na minamadali at railroad. Now in the Senate we have a different system in that we were able to write. I wrote a substitute bill to replace what is the BBL, what was the BBL, and we do not talk about, di na napapag-usapan yung BBL. Pinag-uusapan na ngayon natin ay yung basic law for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region. Sa ngayon, nasa period of interpolation sa House, period of interpolation sa Senado, at almost every day, ako'y nandun sa Senado at tumatayo para mabigyan ng pagkakataon lahat ng ating mga senador na magtanong tungkol sa substitute bill na final ko. So that is the parliamentary status of the basic law on the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region.
Thank you, sir. Another Peting Live from Philippines News Agency.
Where are you? I cannot.
Here, sir.
Oh, there you are.
Sir, may we know your political plan for 2016 through Tayo Tayo?
You will know when I know. I always tease the media when they ask me what my plans are and what. And I say if I knew my plans, I would tell you. The reason that you do not know is that no decisions have been made. A national campaign is not kept secret. The moment that you know what you're doing in a national campaign, of course, you announce it as quickly as possible. But so I will have to ask for your patience. Because as you know, not only myself, but many of the other potential candidates have still to make their decisions as well. Kaya sa ngayon wala pang desisyon, pero malapit na. Dahil alam niyo naman na ang filing is already in October, kailangan na makapag-decide. So siguro by the end of September, makikita na natin kung ano ba talaga ang maging political terrain. Sinong tatakbo, sinong kapartido, sinong i-adapt, sinong tandem. The election this year has been very unusual in that parang malapit na tayo sa filing, palapit na sa eleksyon, hindi pa maliwanag kung sinong tatakbo, sinong magkasama, all of those things. But I guess that's what happened in this campaign, in this political cycle. So again, I will have to ask for your patience because it is not that I am keeping or trying to be nagpapakyut na hindi nagsasabi, pero talaga yung mga decision na yun hindi pa namin na ifa-finalize.
Sir, another question from Annabelle.
Sure.
Sir, we were also there at the LMP this afternoon, and then the author of the local government code said that the implementation of the local government code is faulty, and he would like to have it amended also, and also for the President's educational qualifications to be improved. Your mind on this, sir?
Well, I have been working very closely with Senator Nene, simply because he is, I don't want to call it kasi nagagalit siya pag sinabi mong father of the local government code. But he is the author of the local government code, and therefore, and the minute that I became a local government chairman, ay pinuntahan ko siya, and I was consulting with him kung ano sa palagay niya ang mga kailangan gawin para magpagandahin ang local government code. There are many different areas where in the local government code that we could improve. First and foremost is just the sharing of the IRA. At sa palagay naming lahat, kulang ang sharing ng IRA sa local governments. For two reasons. One, in our view, the local government, the calculation of the local government IRA share is faulty, is flawed. Dahil ang ginawang interpretation ng DBM sa nakaraang ilang taon has been ang kinukuha lang nilang tax base ay yung collection ng BIR. But kung titignan natin, ay dapat talaga national collection. 40% of national collection includes what is collected by the Bureau of Customs, the VAT, all of these other collections, and that would greatly improve the situation. The other thing that we are looking at is the increase. In fact, this is what I spoke about with the mayors. Is the 50%, we propose that the ERA sharing be 50-50 between national government and local government. I think that is perfectly justified because our local governments depend on their ERA share to a great extent. That yun namang national government maraming pagkukuhan. And then there are other details like the amount of income that is necessary to convert to a city. Then there's the proverbial problem of yung boundary disputes between adjoining LGUs, because of course ERA is calculated on the amount of square, the area that what the LGU, how big the LGU is. Kaya lahat nagke-claim na mas malaki sila. In fact, there is a very funny statistic that since the local government code became law, the Philippines has increased its area by 200 square kilometers. Ilocos Norte is about 200 square kilometers. So suddenly nangunga tayo ng 200 square kilometers of political expansion. So that is something that we have had to look into. There are many other little details that we would like to look at. The terms of the barangay officials is something that we had proposed early on, but it was denied by the DILG. First, actually, what happened was the DILG said that payag sila na going 5 terms, 5 years, going 3 terms. Hiningi pa nga ng Liga ng Barangay is 5 terms. So sinabi, gawin na lang natin 3 terms. But somehow, nagbago ang kanilang isip, sinabi hindi na. Kailangan synchronize. So, hindi naman kailangan synchronize, pero kailangan susunod doon sa national and local elections. So, there are many issues that need to be looked at. Not because the law was wrong, but because we have moved on and the situation today is different from what it was when RA 7160 was enacted into law.
Thank you, Senator. Next question is from Sir Sammy Julian from Panay News.
Mr. Senator, there seems to be a lack of direction in foreign policy, especially in the Senate. One example is the encroachment of China into Philippine territory. The Americans are playing coy about this situation.
Yeah.
And what is your take on the foreign policy direction of the Senate? And
Well, first of all, the Senate has no foreign policy. Is only the purview is under the President and the Executive. The Senate does not dictate foreign policy. We do not. We can of course make our opinions felt. The Senate only comes in when there is a treaty that is signed between a president, our president, and another head of state. And when that is so, that treaty has to be ratified by the Senate. But we do not direct foreign policy. Right now, to go to your question about what is happening in the West Philippine Sea, I think that we have been. That taking the case to adjudication was a good idea. Kasi kahit sabihin ng mga Chinese na hindi nila papansinin ang magiging resulta, kahit papano, pagka meron tayong nakuhang resulta at maging pabor sa atin, malaking bagay yun. That is a big moral victory. And that moral victory will translate, maybe slowly, it will take a long time, pero kahit papano, that if there is an official judgment as to whether or not what China has been doing is an encroachment or not. Well, I think that we can. We will be able to use a favorable judgment in many ways. What I have always also said was beyond the adjudication case that was argued before the UN, is we should also try to initiate direct contact with China in whatever way possible. And when I say that, I say not only in the formal sense, na government to government, yung ambassador natin makikipag-usap sa Secretary of DFA, but kahit yung mga negosyante, kung meron silang kaibigan na makatulong, di dapat kausapin natin, subukan natin, baka sakali doon magiging tama yung, doon makakalusot ang ating magiging solusyon. But there has been, and it has not been noticed, but there has been a significant shift in the Chinese position vis-a-vis the Philippines. And what is that? In the last, sabi ng ambassador ng China in the last that they are open to talks, bilateral talks with the Philippines and all issues to be discussed under UNCLOS. Dahil tayo, yung UNCLOS is the United Nations Charter Law on the Law of the Seas. Ang lagi natin sinasabi yan na dapat dapat ang China sundan ng international law. And basically that is UNCLOS. And they have always taken a different position. This is the first time that we have heard from China that they are willing to consider our position under UNCLOS. That is very significant, and I think it is an opportunity that we should seize. I would advise our diplomats to immediately pursue that. Dahil parang pinagbibigyan tayo doon sa ating pagpipilit ng international law ang dapat sundan, and that is UNCLOS. And they are now saying that we can talk about it within that framework, within the framework of international law. An important development, I hope that we take advantage of it.
Thank you, Senator. Next question from Lemuel Celebria of the Daily Guardian.
Good evening, Senator.
Good evening.
Let's go back to politics. It's more interesting. Recently, the Nacionalista Party, headed by your party, headed by Villar, and the PDP Laban, headed by Pimentel, talked with Duterte, and they are acknowledging it, or did it not happen?
That was the report that came out that an insider said na ganito ganyan, natapos na, it's a done deal. Hindi galing sa amin yun. That did not come from the Nationalista Party, did not come from the PDP.
Senator Cynthia Villar is already acknowledging it.
No, she has acknowledged that we are meeting, that we are talking. Yung done deal na statement, hindi ko alam, well, I have a suspicion kung saan galing yun. But that did not come, that is not official.
Can you please...
Tinatawanan nga namin.
What's the true story behind these things?
The Nationalista Party has been in discussion with all the other parties for a very long time now. For the last few months. We have been talking to everyone who cares to discuss it. We, as individual candidates, or we as possible candidates, are also talking to other individuals as prospective candidates. But those decisions have not been made. Should that decision have been made, I guarantee you within 5 minutes you would know about it. It would be official. Because a national campaign is not something that you keep a secret. That would be foolish. A national campaign is something you announce at the earliest possible moment. And so the minute that decision will be made, we will announce it. And it will be official. It will be a spokesman of the Nationalista Party, not some unnamed, unattributed report. Kaya we were laughing about it the other day. Together with Senator Cynthia and Senator Coco. And we were saying, anong sinasabi mo? What can we do? You said that people are convinced that this is true. We'll just say that, but the talks are ongoing. They are advanced. We have made a lot of progress, not only with PDP Laban, with all the major parties. We are technically still in coalition with the Liberal Party, but that coalition has become looser and looser and less formal as time goes on after the 2013 election. So, in our view, as the members of the Nationalista Party, that it is still an open field. And although, siyempre, as I said, nagpo-progress na yung mga usapan, so more or less there are directions already kung saan tutunguan itong usapan na ito. But again, ipaubaya natin sa official na deklarasyon ng ating partida. I do not want to preempt anything, and we let us allow the party to make any such announcements. But you know, we cannot avoid that speculation because, as I always tease everybody, people think that in the Philippines the favorite sport is basketball. That's not true. It's politics. Wala, pati yung hindi lang politiko. Kahit na yung kung sino-sino lang, basta ilagay mo lang, pagka nakailang beer na yan, wala, politika pag-uusapan of all things. That seems to be in our nature. But, and especially now, where things are very uncertain, and we are rapidly approaching filing, you cannot blame people for trying to figure out ano ba talaga ang nangyayari. So, the moment that we can make it clear to you, we will.
Thank you, sir. Last two questions from Manny Alcalde of News Express.
Good evening, Mr. Senator.
Good evening.
In light of this PDEF scam, which are sending more lawmakers to face cases, I don't know if it's you also rumored that you favor going up into the federal system of government. I don't know if you can share your view as far as federalism is concerned.
Well, federalism, I think, is a good system of government. And if you remember, we already had a federal system. The interim Batasan Pambansa elected their assemblymen on the basis of regions, hindi na probinsya. My sister became an assemblywoman in the IBP as an assemblywoman from our region, not from Ilocos Norte. So we already tried it, and I think as a principle, it is a good idea. And I think, but it will need a very strong hand. It will need a very committed government to change the constitution and to restructure the government into a federalized system. I think probably it would be better because it brings government closer to the people, in my view. And it also makes, for me, a more stable government. Because when you have many centers of power all around the country, when one center of power gets into trouble, or nagka-problema, or it falls, or whatever, hindi naman lahat bagsak. Pero kapag yung isa lang, we have a very centralized form, and and something happens, mararamdaman ng lahat. So that makes it less stable. So the federal system makes for a more stable form of government, and that is always a good thing. And furthermore, it brings government closer to the people, closer to the local communities. And again, that is a good thing. So I think that there are enough examples around the world of successful federalist countries. And I think we can learn a great deal from them. Perhaps in our case, dahil pag federalize, ang pinag-uusapan lamang Prime Minister as head of state, our research seems to indicate na kapag nagsasurvey kami, noon pa ito, in the 90s when we were starting to talk about it, to change kung parliamentary form of government, kung federalism, and we took surveys, and ang Pilipino, it turns out, ang Pilipino, gusto nila na sila ang boboto sa leader ng bansa. Ayaw nila na magiging prime minister na binoto ng mga members of parliament. Kailangan sa kabalota sila ang susulat. Kaya nung 70s, sinubukan natin, meron tayong prime minister, yung panahon nun si Berata, and meron tayong pangulo, yung aking ama. And the way that was the system that was employed was that the prime minister is the head of government and the president is the head of state. That satisfies the Filipinos' insistence that they actually directly vote the leader. So, pwede tayo mag-federalize, but we have to take that into account, and I think that will work. The French have that kind of system, pero parliamentary sila, hindi sila federalized.
Thank you, Senator. Last question is from Arnel Lumbo of DYSI Argentina.
Good evening. Mayroong nagpo-propose for passing a urgent bill regarding sa reduced personal
nawawala, na-reduced.
Reduce personal income tax ng ordinary workers.
Yes,
Sir, any reaction?
Well, I think it is a reaction to the overzealous collections of the BIR now. I think maraming nagrereklamo sa ating sistema ngayon where many of the sectors that are supposed to be tax exempt ay tinataksan pa rin. At yung paghahabol ngayon, paghahabol sa tax, parang everybody is parang natatakot lahat dahil kahit na tama ang inyong ginagawa, pwede ka pa rin imbestigahan, pwede ka pa rin i-assess. So parang ang feeling ng tao, sumusobra na, overzealous na nga. And that's why this is a reaction na ibaba ang tax rate. What I think is more important than to lower the income tax rate is to adjust the categories. Dahil yung category natin ngayon, yung mga hindi naman, yung mga working class, dahil mababa masyado yung threshold, napupunta na sa middle class. Kaya natataksan sila at the rate for the middle end and all the way up. Yung middle class, napupunta na sa upper class, yung mga napakayaman na, the richest of our people. And they're complaining that ang buwis na hinahanap sa kanila ay masyado ng mataas dahil dun sa kategorya. So that I think we should attend to that first, because the rate of taxation on income tax is an important part of many of our economic planning, our financial planning. And what has happened in this government is we are always trying to collect as much money for the national government. But then we are told, tingnan mo, masyadong asigasig ng ating BIR, ang daming iniimbestigahan, ang daming tinatakot. Pero sasabihin sa atin, yung na-appropriate na pera sa nung nakaraang budget, doon sa inappropriate na budget, 400 billion hindi pa nagamit. Nasa na ngayon yung 400 billion? Bakit nyo pa inappropriate? Hindi nyo pa gagamitin. Bakit pa kayo nangungulikta? And that is a very funny policy. Hindi namin maintindihan kung bakit mo ipagmamalaki na hindi mo nagamit yung napakalaking pera. Ibig sabihin, hindi nyo ginagawa ang trabaho ninyo. So we are I think this is because of all of these factors, yan ang naging reaction na kung ganyan lang, baba na lang natin yung tax rate. And I cannot say that I blame those who feel that way.
Thank you, Senator. That's the last question.
That's it?
Yes, sir. Not unless if you have any announcement.
Yes, I have an announcement. Dinner is served.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you very much.
We will be watching, sir.